You already know what time it is. It's your boy DJ Richie Skye back with some tea, interviews, recaps, and more. And be sure to check the links in the description of this video for trips, for books, one-on-one sessions, and more. Now let's get into the tea. You know what I love? I love a little late afternoon tea action. Yes, a little late afternoon tea, a little tea and crumpets, if you will. If you like a little tea and crumpets in your life, let us know. You know, I had an interesting comment in my comment section earlier today, and it was like, I think they meant it as a compliment, but I don't think they meant no harm. Let me say that because I choose to look at the glasses half full, right? And they were like, your personality sometimes it just seems like overly done and it's like too much. And I was like, you know what's funny? I've had a vacation and this was probably one of the times where I have felt like I've come back from vacation like completely relaxed and I don't necessarily feel like I'm still in this grief bubble and I'm having fun today. And all of a sudden, the moment I'm having fun, somebody's like, "Oh, you're doing too much," and I'm like, "Okay." I mean, people you just can't help it. But I ain't gonna change. I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling so good. But you know who's not feeling good is Shamea. Shamea. Some of y'all are calling her Shamina. Do you think Shamea has turned into Shamea? Do you think that Shamea is Porsha's puppet? What do you guys feel like? Let us know in the chatterization down below. Okay, so according to our friends over at the Neighborhood Talk, shout out to the Neighborhood Talk, Shamina was on the Ricky Smiley morning show. And she has some things to clear up about this Porsha situation. Porsha. Shamea believes that Porsha has let people, not sure who, that she just met, possibly Britt, get into her ear about their friendship. Claims she's reached out, but to no avail. She says, at this point, I'm stepping back. I'm going to need her to show some reciprocity because she feels like people are literally asking, like, well, what does Porsha have on you for you to be riding the pony so hard for her? And we talked about that in our earlier video today, and even in our recap from the episode where it just feels like somehow we started off the season with Shamea being this highlight. And then as the episodes have kind of gone on, it kind of feels like she is being such a loyal friend to Shamea and to Porsha that she's almost falling into the Porsha shadow or some. And it's like, I get it. I totally get it. It almost feels like she's turning into Giselle's Robin. And when we had this conversation on Potomac, we kind of, for me, I've always felt like, Robin would have done better if she just stood on her own and not seem to fall into the category of Giselle's sidekick. And what I think ends up happening on these types of shows is when you do have this ride or die friendship, it has to feel reciprocal. And I don't think it feels reciprocal as from the viewer's perspective. And I think Shamea is just really kind of coming into that space. But it's funny to me that when Shamea says Porsha's let people she just met, when in fact it was actually Porsha's mom earlier in the season who categorized Shamea as the dog who carried the bone. And it's like, isn't that what you would want your friend to do, is to tell you what these people are saying behind your back? Or should she just have let it ride? Then that's when you would have been danged on if you do Shamea, danged on if you don't Shamea, right? So I don't think it's just like these people or the blogs, the bloggers, the media outlets. The call is coming from inside the house. Yeah. Okay. So Marlo Hampton chimes in and she says Shamea has always been a loyal friend to Porsha. It's unfortunate when the other party is not loyal. Hijo de loyal. Hijo de loyal. But we know that Marlo don't like herself no Porsha anyway. So I mean, that's not really surprising. Anyway, y'all check out the interview on the Neighborhood Talk. Let us know what you think in the comment section down below. Sounds like Shamea is finally waking up. All right. You know, I feel like Portia's in a self-absorbed season. And sometimes that happens when you go through these types of life-changing events. But I think some of you are saying or have been saying that Porsha is just mostly self-absorbed. Which is a quality of most great housewives. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Let us know in the chat. It's entertaining, definitely. All right. Okay, so let's go further into the tea of it all. The tea of it all. Side note, y'all, tap into Rich Life 202-918-3386 at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. We will be definitely having a virtual launch party for those of you who guys are interested in learning about the travel and lifestyle membership that pays you a single day. We call this Withdraw Wednesdays because we can withdraw that money in our accounts and deposit it into our bank accounts Wednesday, be there by Friday. So tap in if you are on the lookout for a way to utilize and leverage the travel and lifestyle and entertainment industry to make some coin in 2025. Okay? And beyond. All right? Because listen, I got trips to take and money to make. All right. Let's move on. Big news coming out of the Bravo sphere. Okay. Breaking news. Andy and the gang have told us that it's all happening. Today, we have announced 4 shows coming to Bravo. Yes, the Real Housewives of Rhode Island, Ladies of London, The Valley, Persian Style. So they have WT behind it, which typically means working title. And then we have Wife Swap, the Real Housewives edition. So let's take a look, see at what we have going on here with these shows. First things first is Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Now, set against the shores of the Ocean State, the Real Housewives franchise expands into the world of a tight-knit circle of Rhode Islanders who have deep community roots and families that go back generations. With aspirational lives, thriving businesses, and tangled family dynamics, these decade-long friendships prove that in a state this small, there is no escaping your past or each other. Okay? We see each other. Now, I'm going to show you guys some more tea. Now, specifically about this Rhode Island franchise, the Rhode Island of it all. Okay? Now, shout out to our friends over at Mr. Housewives. Be sure to check out Mr. Housewives podcast, the comment section. So tap into that link in the bio, I believe. But also, too, to get Housewives tea, of course. So it says that Bravo announces new franchise, The Real Housewives of Rhode Island, is coming. So let's take a look at who some of these ladies could potentially be. Now, it is noted that while the cast of the Rhode Island peoples has not been officially announced, an Instagram account allegedly, or actually leaked alleged casting details last winter. And considering that they knew the show was in development months ago, their info might just be worth paying attention to. Now, these are alleged cast members. We won't know until the show actually premieres if, they will end up making the final cut or if these are even the people involved at all. We have Elizabeth and her husband, Gerald. Okay, no intel yet on who she is or what she does. We have Rosie and her husband, Rich. No intel as of yet. And again, this is coming from the Real Housewives of Rhode Island Instagram page. So we'll have to go check them out for more details. We have Monique and her husband, Patrick. We have Rula and her husband, Brian. We also have Jolene. Is it Joellen or Jolene? Like, is it Jolene? Jolene. And her husband, Gary. And then we have Alicia and her fiance, Bill. Bill. I mean, I do not know. That name is so specific to Bill. Hi, Bill. How's it going there, Bill? Anyway, yes. Bravo has also renewed Married to Medicine for season 10, Beverly Hills for season 15, Potomac for season 10, OC for season 19, Salt Lake City for season 6. Most of these we knew because they were already either going in production, finished production, halfway through production. But interestingly, y'all, New York and New Jersey were noticeably missing from the renewal lineup. To be quite honest with you, this is how I feel about these new franchises and versus the old ones. I feel like it's probably best to always try to be introducing a new franchise, because when an old franchise like no longer works, like I just kind of feel like New Jersey does not work anymore because New Jersey is not what it once was. You know, the cast had gotten to a point where they honestly didn't even really seem to care about their jobs at all because they didn't even really want to work together. And so when you get to that point, I say, ask them, cut them, cut them. If you don't care enough to work together, we don't care enough about whether you come back or not. Cut it. New York, cut it. I mean, to me, this franchise is not what it once was. I don't know what these new girls are doing. Much success to them in their future endeavors, but I don't want to see a cast of influencers. I don't want to see that. I want to see a cast of, you know, crazy, zany, rich, fabulous, over the top, delusional lifestyles. If you're not giving me that, and specifically with a cast of women who are in their 40s to 60s, that's what I want to see. If you're not giving me that, then carry on. Carry on. Tally ho, tally ho. Okay, so let's go back to the listicle. All right, taking things back. Now that we've discussed Rhode Island, we've got Ladies of London coming back. Now, for those of you guys who are not in the know, I suggest you head on over to Peacock so you can check out Ladies of London. This is where we first met Caroline Stanbury, aka of also from Real Housewives of Dubai fame. I honestly felt like Caroline Stanbury was a lot better on Ladies of London. But now Ladies of London is back with a new wave of British bloods, ambitious American expats, and glamorous international socialites. As tradition clashes with the fast-paced, globalized world, these power players redefine what it means to be a woman of status in one of the most iconic cities in the world. Here, connections are currency, and the crown isn't the only thing up for grabs. Note for me, when they introduced this globalized world, that definitely tells me y'all going for some diversity here. I ain't mad at it because Ladies of London, they have not a lick of diversity, but it was good though because it did feel authentic to a set of friends in this social circle, and then some newbies thrown into the mix to make to make some stuff shake. Not to be confused with Real Housewives of London, which is also coming, but that is under a different production company network. I don't know if it's just going to be Hayu. I don't know how they're going to parse this out, but these are going to be two separate shows, just so you guys are aware. Then we have The Valley, which seems to be like the new catch-all for let's take some older people that we've already worked with in LA and then mix and then throw them into something. I don't think they should call this show The Valley. I just feel like I haven't even watched The Valley. It's not, I don't know if it's going to be my type of show, but it's basically Shahs of Sunset. Like, I mean, let's just call it a thing. Let's call it Shahs of Sunset. You got the same people, like just introduce some new ones. Anyway, Shaws of Sunset Evolutions, because you got Reza, Gigi, aka Golden Nessa, and MJ share an unbreakable bond, one built on years of friendship, fiery clashes, and the kind of history that never fades. They also share a deep connection of their Persian culture, something that runs just as strong in the group of friends they now call family. As they take on the next stage of life in the valley, their world is bigger, their circle is bolder, and their challenges are more real than ever. As we'll see, their next chapter in life isn't quieter, it's just more complicated. So again, this is under the guise of working title because they don't really have a name for it yet. That's my take on it. I don't know. Then we have Wife Swap, the Real Housewives edition. It says when a Real Housewife takes off her stilettos and steps into the Real Housewife shoes, all bets are off as two of entertainment's most iconic franchises are mashed up, leading to laugh out loud moments, personal epiphanies, and an opportunity to see if the grass is truly greener. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Sonia Morgan on this show for some reason. I don't know why. I just have a feeling somewhere deep in my guttocks that she's going to be there, but I could be wrong. Who would you like to see on this show? I can see a Luann on this show because I feel like they love her. Who else could I see on the show? Who else do they seem to love on this? I was about to say Porsha might be a good one, but Lord, if Porsha will get mad and shut down, and we won't have no show. Who else? Who would make some good additions? They'll probably throw in like I think Elisa Barlow would be funny. A Mary Cosby would be funny. But they would probably want single women, right? I would assume. So, I don't know if Lisa and Mary. I don't know. Who y'all think? I can't call it. Anyway, if you're interested, these shows are allegedly coming in the fall or summer or spring, summer joggers. I don't know. We'll see. They got to figure out names for some of them first. So anyway, listen, if you are interested in seeing any of these shows, chime down in the chat. Which ones are your top picks to watch? And feel free, give me your listicles in order. I'm interested in seeing. I'm actually interested in seeing Rhode Island, what it gives. And then I'm also interested in seeing, and I love that we don't know these women. Like, give me fresh faces, please. Don't bring in no more celebrities. I don't want to see no more celebrities. I don't want to see no marketing gurus. I don't want to see nobody that I know. I want to see some fresh faces. Okay. So anyway, with that being said, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and follow, and all that good stuff like that. And I will catch you, of course, in the next video.